are for the last part of the notes, the word problems. Mine graded, as I said, 1 through 10 of the ones that you submitted, but many of you are not showing your work. And if you don't know how to show it on the computer, then do it on a separate sheet of paper and submit that. But I got to see some work. Otherwise, well, I guess now saying it's at home on a separate sheet of paper ain't going to work. So anyway, here we go. It says, find the radius if a circle, if its area is that. Well, I don't know. It's a word problem. I can't do it. Sure you can. We know we were given the area. An area equals pi r squared. So we're asked to find area, or find the radius, so we must know the a and we must know pi. So that is, the area is 706.9, and we know that pi is 3.14. And what's our radius? And you guys remember from back in the day, back in the olden days when we were solving equations and having all kinds of fun, that we have to get r alone, so we're going to divide by 3.14 and divide by 3.14. Cancel, cancel. So that leaves us with r squared equals 225. And then the opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of multiplication is division. The opposite of square is square root. So we have to take the square root of r and the square root of 225, and there's a button on your calculator that does that for you. So our radius equals 15 millimeters. Shazam. Okay, next, let's change colors. I switched up our colors. Okay, oops, I gotta move too, don't I? Here we go. The area of a circle, again, they've given us area of a circle. Find the length of its diameter. Well, how do I find area? Area is pi r squared. And we know that our area is 28.27. It's going to equal 3.14 times r squared. But how am I going to find my diameter? There's no d there. I don't know what to do. I can't do that. I don't know what to do. Well, remember that your radius, I'll do it right up here, is just twice your diameter. So when we find our radius, we'll just multiply by 2. Divide by 3.14, divide by 3.14, cancel, cancel, and we get 9 equals r squared. And you guys don't need no sticky calculator for this. I didn't switch colors, it takes so much time. So square root of r squared, square root of 9, what times itself gives us 9? Our radius equals 3, so our diameter equals 3 times 2. Our diameter equals 6 inches. And those are just lines. And the ones on your homework are just like these. Not exactly like them, but same concept. You're just working backwards, and I know you guys got that in you. I'll use this screen. Okay, if the circumference, so they've given us circumference, is 41.8 feet, find the diameter. Well, circumference equals pi times diameter, and the circumference is 41.8, and that equals 3.14 times our diameter. See how we just switched these two. We're just, instead of doing pi and d, we're just doing circumference and pi. And then, because you guys are awesome two-step solvers, I know I did it, divide by 3.14, divide by 3.14 to get the d alone. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. And then when we do that division, we get that our diameter equals 13.3, and that's feet. And again, there's no squared or anything because just a line. It's just a line. It ain't no big deal. Okay. I think I'm going to do that one. I wish I could choose for more. Anyway, you guys don't care. I know that. Okay, here we go. If the circumference of a circle is 50.24, find its radius. All right, remember there's two formulas for circumference. We have this one on the other problem that we used because we were finding diameter. And it doesn't matter which one you use. If you like the other one, just use the one that makes you feel good inside your heart. But this one, I don't know, just click. We know we're trying to find its radius, so we're going to do circumference equals 2 pi r, because 2 times r equals diameter. See, it's the same thing. So we know our circumference is 50.24, and that equals 2 times 3.14 times r. And I know you guys are going to skip this step when you do it on your homework, but we have 50.24 equals 6.28 r. And how do we get that number alone, that r alone? That's right, we're going to divide by 6.28 because this is just a one-stepper. 6.28, and those cancel. And calculators, I can hear them working. The radius equals 8 centimeters. So we're just using a formula and plugging in the numbers that they give us. And I know some of you guys like to do the whole problem all in one step. Just if you're not so sure, just do it step by step. One day at a time. That's what I tell my sister Amy. Just one step at a time, Amy. Get this one done. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Yep, she's still taking math. She's doing it online like we are too, and she does not like it. She was so excited to have, because she likes her teacher this year. So now she's doing it through videos. Yeah, no fun. Okay, the tire on a bike has a radius of 12 inches. How far will the bike travel in 100 rotations? Well, I don't know, and I don't care. But you have all ridden your bike in the rain, or ridden your bike when it has rained, and you go through puddles and splash people. But when you go through the puddle, your bike leaves that water trail. I'm moving my pencil in circles like you guys can see me. So that's what we're asking, that how far would that water trail be if your bike tire had a radius of 12 inches and then it went around 100 times after it got out? So here's your bike tire down here. It's turning and turning and turning. So now we should have been going the other way, because now you're going this direction. And then it's going to go, and it's going to rolling. How far is that after 100 rotations? So if it's a bike tire and it's going around, that must be circumference, because it's kind of makes that C. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but anywho. And we were given radius, so circumference equals 2 pi r. I don't know if you guys can hear the noise in the background, but that's Kathleen doing her homework. So circumference equals 2 times 3.14 times our radius, which is 12. Okay, and we do that math. And we click. We get 75.4. But this is one rotation. And we want 100 rotations. So we are going to, I just feel like sometimes if I don't switch up the colors, it just gets all mumbled together. So we have to multiply it by 100 to get the 100 rotations. And that means that your bike will go 7,540 inches. That's how long your trail of water would be. Yeah, this is a whammy. This next one is, okay? I'm warning you. It's a whammy. But we've been in tougher spots than this, haven't we? Let's change the green. What do you think? I thought I had a good one. Oh, I like the orange. Okay. I know. Stop, right? Just stop. So, a circular garden with a diameter of 17.5 feet. So I'm just going to write that down right now so I remember. Diameter equals 17.5 feet. If Lisa uses 3 teaspoons of fertilizer for every 30 square feet, square feet, that means I'm finding area. How much fertilizer will she need to cover the garden? I don't know. First we've got to find out the area of the garden. And how do we find area? Area equals pi r squared. So I need my radius. We have the diameter. So diameter, 17.5. The radius is going to be 17.5 divided by 2, which is going to give me 8.75. So area equals 3.14 times 8.75 squared. I forgot a squared in the other video, and Rosie Yancey called me on it. Thanks, Rosie. I appreciate it, not even being sarcastic. I was glad to know. So, click, 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 click. Her garden is 240.5 square feet. But that's not what it asked. It didn't ask the area. It asked for how much fertilizer. So, separate our work. If we know that 3 teaspoons? Teaspoons will do 30 square feet, then how many teaspoons, thank you, I couldn't think of that, 240, will it need for 240 and a half teaspoons? So, that's not what I want. We'll do this one. We're going to cross multiply, then divide by 30. Doop, 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 doop. So x equals 24.05. But you guys know that when you go to this garden store, you're not going to be able to buy just 24.05 or 24 500ths of fertilizer. So we will have to round that up to 25 teaspoons. That's how much she will need. And look at that. We're all done. That didn't take hardly any time, did it? Well, 14 minutes and 12 seconds, 13. But anywho, see you later, peeps. I want to see if I can